I'm still really digging that dachshund. I just feel really drawn to that dachshund. I think it's a pretty good specimen. Oh yeah, he's exploring. What's he got a sniff of? What's he got a whiff of? What's his goal? I'm really digging this dachshund. It's a pretty good specimen. I find myself wondering what he has a sniff of and what he has a whiff of. He's catching any good scents. Hi.
Shot at me and these two guys. Hey, my son's gonna shoot some video of us from last year.
Hold on. Together. So sorry, baby, but we're three stooges.
Let me do it. I want to pick.
Oh, I think it's starting. Hey, I'm really digging that dachshund. Okay. No more jokes. We're in the march proper. In March. The anti-gun violence march. The anti-gun violence march. Not really. It's just wordplay.
On 6th Street, 5th Street, 5th Street, and 4th Street. They are here for your safety. Please follow their instructions when you approach this intersection. If you are a crossing guard, they're already there. JK, you'll clean up. If you guys need assistance, either because of an injury or an incident arises, please locate an event staff wearing one of these blue badges. Okay, so if something happens and you need medical assistance, let someone with a blue badge know and we will get that for you. First aid is available at the back of the march line. You can go to someone with one of the blue tags, like we said, or just approach the back of the line. Please stay safe. If counter-protesters show up, please do not engage them. Just ignore them and stay focused and peaceful. We are focusing on this march. Of city property. Please don't litter. Be respectful of the businesses along the march route. We want to make a positive impact, and we want them to remember our signs and our passion, not our trash. Right. If you are not a registered voter and you're at least 17 and a half years old, please visit the Mom Demands action table that will be set up in Steva Park so that we can get you registered to vote. And then finally, be loud. We want to make sure that we're not only seen, but we're heard, and we want you to have fun. And then we're also just going to go over a couple chants that we're going to do. So this first one, I'm going to say, that's all right, NRA, and then you're going to say, we're going to vote you out someday. So, that's all right, NRA,
We're going to vote you out someday.
All right, so then this next one, I'm going to say, okay, we're just going to have to go with this. So, say I believe that we gonna win.
I believe that we gonna win.
Awesome, guys. You guys are doing great. So then next, whatever I say, you're going to say, stand up, fight back. So when schools are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
All right, and then this next one, I'm going to say enough is enough, and you're going to say no justice, no peace. Enough is enough.
No justice, no peace.
Enough is enough.
No justice, no peace.
All right, and then we're also going to do, you're going to say we will never be divided. The students united
We'll never be divided.
The people united
We'll never be divided.
All right, and then this next one, you're going to say this is what democracy sounds like and this is what democracy looks like. So show me what democracy looks like.
democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy sounds like.
This is what democracy sounds like.
All right, you guys did awesome, and let's march for our lives. All right, guys, remember to stay on the sidewalk at all times. Stay on the sidewalk. That's all right, NRA.
We're gonna vote you out someday.
That's all right, NRA.
We're gonna vote you out someday.
Show me what democracy sounds like.
This is what democracy sounds like. This is what democracy looks like.
Let's hear the roll, What should we do? Stand up, fight back. What should we do? Stand up, fight back.
We got quite a few. I think there's 6 captains and I would be surprised.
When students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When schools are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
We take bicycles, come on.
I was looking at his hand, I was like, all right, which finger is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very good.
Back or something like that, like corn. You'll make it sound parked my car over by the classes and kids were in. I called it the person bank parking.
Stand up, fight back.
If they say anything.
Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
Worried about it. It would be my love. Yeah, mine too.
Someday. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. We're gonna put you up someday. Put you up someday. I believe that we will win.
When students are under attack, what do we do? When schools are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When schools are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
I believe that we gon' win.
I believe that we gon' win.
Say, I believe. Say, I believe that we gon' win.
I believe that we gon' win.
When students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When schools are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Take care of the people that are being picked on.
My friends in St. Louis taught us.
Disarming me will not help you.
I believe
that we gon' win.
I believe that we gonna win! I believe
that we gon' win.
I believe that we gonna win!
What does winning mean? What do you mean by win? How are you gonna win this?
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Against what?
Stand up, fight back!
What are you fighting against?
Stand up, fight back!
Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
They're going around the block. I can't do it.
Military automatic weapons. So revoke the Second Amendment. What are you gonna win? Nothing to win.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't need this.
under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
With the firearm to eliminate the threat.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
With the firearm.
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
All right, follow it all along.
There is no reason.
No, there's not.
There's more of it.
Doing right.
There's more. There's more.
So right there is Spiva Park.
It's Ellen Brolio.
That's the end point of the march. Pretty sure we're going around the block here and then ending at the corner over there. I'm really digging that dachshund. That's a pretty good it's a pretty good pooch there. I think that's a pretty nice dachshund right there. I think that's a very good specimen. I think he's having a good walk today, a nice time. I think he's a pretty good specimen, a nice pooch, good breed. It's pretty good stuff.
My life up a little bit.
That counter protester with the megaphone. I mean, I'm not trying to diss him just because he's a counter protester, but he seemed condescending, too smug for my tastes. I don't know about that. Oh, I'm really missing out on the party here.
United! We'll never be divided! The people united! We'll never be divided! Alright guys, let's get in here, let's funnel around, and let's make sure the NRA hears us, and let's make sure our lawmakers hear us. So say aye! Aye! I believe that we gonna win! I believe that we gonna win! The students, united! We'll never be divided! The people, united! We'll never be divided! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy
I did come down.
This is what democracy sounds like!
But yeah, I did.
Really digging that dachshund.
Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's do a couple more, okay? Say aye! Aye! I believe
This is
that we
pretty
gonna win!
good.
I believe that we gonna win!
If you think it's gonna be,
I believe that we gonna win! Alright, last one, guys. That's alright!
there's so many of those kind of
We're
guys
gonna vote you out someday!
in people's closets.
We're gonna vote you out someday! Alright, I think we got everyone in here. Good job, guys!
But I hope. Guess I'm just a pessimist.
Go ahead and get started on that.
Can you keep track of my sign for a little bit? I gotta go find a bathroom.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Doesn't really make sense if I hold it, I guess, because, you know, he's, you know, he made it because he's 50.
Hi, I'm Sarah Cole, a senior at Western High School. When I was a kid, my mom talked about the teenage battles over high school. She said it was awful, childish, some of the worst years of her life. So I went to high school expecting that to be the worst of it. I didn't realize that the teenage battles had become filled with literal bullets and kids that will forever be haunted by the rest of their friends and family. There have been over 150 school shootings since 2000, and a body count that grows so rapidly I couldn't find an accurate number. Just yesterday, Joplin, a 16-year-old kid, 2 years younger than me, from Maryland, passed away from a school shooting. She has another classmate that's in the hospital, and they don't know if she's going to make it still. And I know it's easy to distance ourselves from the stories and people, but the threat keeps coming closer and closer to our doorsteps, our homes, our schools. Within the past few months, several schools in this area have had threats of a school shooter. Neosho, Carthage, and my own school, Web City. You're welcome. I remember going to school the day when the shooting was supposed to happen. I had classes where over half the class was gone. I had a friend crying while texting her mom, saying she was scared and that she loved her so, so much. I saw the almighty Web City football players looking around, panicked and scared. That never happens. And I'm so grateful nothing happened, that I don't have to live through the horrors and trauma that so many kids do. I get to laugh it off, saying how scared I was for me and my brother, and I get to forget about it and go home. But kids across this country don't get to forget about it. They don't get to go home. For the kids in Parkland, the kids in Sandy Hook, Columbine, Great Mills, Maryville, and the thousands and thousands of other kids, they don't get to forget. And our thoughts and prayers are not shielding them from these bullets or making up for the friends and family they lost or giving them their lives back. For every kid that doesn't get to say how it affected them, that we have to take a stand.
Yes!
After the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting led me to the decision that I would no longer stay silent on the things that I am passionate about. For a long time, I believed that none of what I could say would change the way a person viewed things, such as gun control, or would be able to convince any of my congressmen to do something about the thousands of people who die every year from gun violence. I have since then realized that change does not happen overnight. One saying that has stuck with me is, I may not live to see our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. Today, we are joining the fight. We march today to fight for the people who no longer have a voice to speak out about gun control. Today, we demand action from our congressmen and legislators who have time and time again let the same sad story happen repeatedly and have done nothing to prevent these tragedies from happening. Our legislators in office to protect our lives, liberties, and pursuit of happiness have failed. We are no longer asking for a change. We are marching today to make a change.
Tell them, sister!
And although I may not live to see the day when comprehensive gun control laws are passed, I will continue to march to fight for the generations ahead of me, for their lives, liberties, and pursuit of happiness. I stand here today and demand that our laws be changed. In 2018 alone, there have been 17 school shootings
failed them.
Yes!
I gladly join the fight today in safeguarding the future of my peers, my teachers, and every student in America who goes to school with fear that this could happen to them. I fight today with the students at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and students across the country who have exhibited extreme bravery in the wake of their tragedies. I fight today in knowing that we are here to make a difference. I may not live to see our glory, but I will gladly join the fight, standing to end gun violence. And I will never rest until I know that our demands are being answered and that we are making a change.
A West City resident threatened to bring a firearm into the school building during the statewide tornado drill earlier this month. They supposedly had a hit list of all the kids they planned to harm. The administration took up calls and emails to parents informing them that the situation was being dealt with. But West, just because something has been looked over, doesn't mean it's really over. I remember when the intercom came on during second block. I was in biology, and they told us that it was time to go to the dome for the drill. We were all a little hesitant to leave the classroom, but we knew we had to. The hallways were really empty. Lots of students were too afraid to come to school. Typically, drills are loud, and students use it as a social time, but it was not loud at all. It was very quiet. I saw some of my peers holding hands. Some of them earned to hold back tears, and a few teachers even looked concerned. It was the longest walk of my entire life. When we made it to our shelter, I saw some of my friends across the room, and I teared up as I realized that this could be the last time I ever saw any of them. Was I about to watch my best friends die? I am 16 years old. I have an after-school job, and I'm on the school's debate team. Someday, I want to do something to help stop deforestation. And just like any other 11th grader, I'm busy catching up on homework. I try my best to keep my grades up. School is really hard. But it's a lot harder when I'm less worried about calculating my math problems and more concerned about calculating the force I need to throw a textbook across the room so I can distract a shooter. Students should not fear for their lives when they're at school, a place that is meant to be safe, but this is our reality. It became the most real to me when I saw a picture posted from the park complaining of a bullet hole that had gone through a student's Chromebook screen. That could have been my Chromebook screen. Joplin, your students are scared. Missouri, your students are scared. America, the youngest members of this society are scared. And it's not just high schoolers who are seeking attention or paid crisis actors. It is the 6-year-old little girl who wants a new pair of shoes because she's afraid that her light-up sneakers will give her away when an active shooter is on campus. Kids should be having fun, not worrying about problems meant for adults to solve. But it has been 18 years since Columbine, and the adults still haven't fixed the problem. Why children are marching the streets today? Because we need adults to understand that we demand change. The United States needs common sense gun laws.
Change it now!
That we want to take away anyone's Second Amendment rights. The Constitution was written when people were using muskets that took a good minute to reload. We need laws in place that ensure guns are not falling into the wrong hands. Because gun control works. In countries like Japan, Britain, and Australia, you do not hear about mass shootings because they very rarely, if ever, happen. Why? Because they do have common sense gun control laws. Over the age of 18 and never having a felony. People under 21 can't even drink alcohol, but they can sure purchase a firearm and potentially hurt someone. But it's okay, guys, because they've never kidnapped someone before, so it's okay. It sounds ridiculous when I put it that way, and that's because it is. You need to have something in place that ensures guns are with people who will use them responsibly. And you don't need a semi-automatic rifle for hunting. A gun killed 15 people in Columbine, 27 in Sandy Hook. 49 at the
Too many.
in Orlando, 58 at the Las Vegas Massacre, and much more recently, 17 at Maybury School in Douglas High School. It is time to protect our students and community members by implementing common sense gun laws. And it is time to say enough is enough.
Hi, I'm Emma Simon. I'm 18 years old and I go to Joplin High School. I distinctly remember getting off the school bus on December 14th, 2012. Everything seemed normal as I made the short walk home. However, I opened the door to find my mom upset in the living room with a big headline on the TV that said the final count of lives lost at Sandy Hook Elementary School. 20 children died, of kindergarten and first grade age, as well as 6 adults. I had only just turned 13, but this event changed my life. Not only did this spark my interest in politics and gun control specifically, but I began to notice how unsafe the school environment was. I trained myself to always know where the closest exit was if something ever happened. I trained myself to always know that I needed to find the closest exit. This uneasy feeling while in school still resides in me because the school shootings haven't stopped. The amount of lives lost due to school shootings and other gun-related tragedies are growing rapidly. But while our legislators are doing next to nothing, I am proud to say that we are all here making a difference. I am grateful that we were able to express our opinions on the topics that are most important to us. So the Never Again and March for Our Lives movement does not stop here. I hope that you all continue being passionate about social issues, gun control, and protecting lives. Write to your legislators, become active with the Green Party or the Southwest Missouri Democrats, but most of all, continue to speak up. Thank you.
My name's Mary Lynn. I'm from Neosho High School. I'm a junior. When I was younger, I went home asking my grandparents and my grandmother, why were the kids bullied? My grandmother replied, with kids will be kids. That spoke loud to me, that kids are cruel. But here in these years, it's only gotten worse. Why am I afraid to go to school every day? Why am I afraid that in band class, someone's going to shoot me? Why am I afraid to walk through the halls and see someone with a mean-mugging face that they're going to shoot me? Why am I afraid that every single day when someone reaches into their bag, they're going to pull something out to harm any of us? We are taught as our generation that our beliefs and our feelings don't matter, that we cannot speak and be heard because we are not adults. Since when have our lives become less than human and less important just because we haven't had the years of experience? Since when have we been not be able to express our feelings adequately? Since when have we not had the right protection? Our school administrators and our school teachers are there to help us, but they never help us. They just hear us so they can check a box and move on to the next kid. Whenever the school threat happened at Neosho, I honestly didn't think it was true. But then we had a lockdown during lunch and we told we couldn't go to lunch, but yet all of us fled to the lunchroom. To see 8 cops in one area because of one kid was ridiculous to me. And the school didn't take it seriously. They said that it didn't come from the most credible source, that they don't want to do anything because they didn't know where it came from. To me, that's ridiculous. I don't care if it came from a credible source. I want to know I'm being protected. Recently, we had 2 school happened that no one wanted to talk about. And then one of my friends personally just made a joke because everyone was too tense. He got suspended. He had to go do a psych evaluation, and a school counselor said that he was a threat to our school. Because the two kids that made a true threat came back to school on Monday, and they did not say a thing. To me, that is ridiculous. We need actual psych people at our public schools, at our public libraries, at our public places to see if someone is there, to see if someone's an actual true threat, and to see if we need the help, because they don't listen to the kids that need the help.
Hi, I'm Mercedes Mayfield. I'm a junior and 17 years old, and I attend Neosho High School. I'm going to read a poem, but then I'm going to tell my story about. With gun violence. MSD shooting. It's called MSD Shooting Poem, My Experience, by Samantha D. Valentine's Day at MSD. I go through my classes as my daily routine. The fire alarm is pulled twice today. An announcement is made to evacuate. I approach the bottom of the stairs. I see kids running as confusion tears. I make a U-turn and head to the room when gunshots erupt our school faces doom. Still without knowing if it's just a drill, hiding in the closet as our nerves fill, I receive a text from my mom, "Are you okay?" That's the moment I knew this isn't a normal birthday. Yes, indeed, I turned 15 this day. Goodbye is something to my classmates I never get to say. I lost too many friends thinking it was free. Until gun culture changes, how many more do I have to lose? I sat in the closet, scared and confused, as our Second Amendment rights were being abused. No one needs an AR-15 unless it is to kill and injure over 17. 17 is far too many. As I turn on the news with my palms all sweaty, I see my friend is missing, Jamie Guttenberg. I frantically start typing the text to her. I have some hope sending "Are you okay?" Less than 1 minute later, my hope faded away. She had been confirmed dead, emotions fill up as I can't feel my head. Thanks to the lack of help for a clear mental illness and an AR-15, when I go back to class, Jamie will not be seen. I saw her the morning of the shooting, not knowing this friend I would be losing. In order to cope, I got a new puppy, a multiple less than 2 pounds and fluffy. We gave her a name as a tribute to MSD. She cheers everyone up. Welcome to the family business. My mom got with my stepdad in 2010. They got married in 2014. It's not just school shootings, it's suicides and accidents too. My stepdad had depression.
You can do it. Keep going.
He loved guns. I was always afraid for not just for him, but for my sisters. The sisters that I love way too much. And every time he got mad, I would be too afraid to confront him. Last October, my stepdad took his own life because he had a gun. Now my sisters have to grow up without a father figure in their life. And I see them cry almost every single day, and I hate to see it. So now I'm speaking up to say we need more gun laws. This is ridiculous. Yes!
Hi, I'm Zoe Brown. I'm from Joplin High School and I'm 18. Also, this is Courtney Kissy. She's a sophomore. She forgot to introduce herself.
Hey, I'm from that school.
A couple days after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting, I woke up in the middle of the night because I had a nightmare. A nightmare that an armed gunman had invaded my school. Fortunately, I got to wake up from my nightmare. But that wasn't true for the 17 students and teachers whose lives were lost in Parkland. And it wasn't true for those who were at the school or who knew the students affected. School shootings may seem like a distant issue, but that's far from the truth. have to forget about the school shooting that occurred in our own city. In October of 2006, a 13-year-old Thomas White pointed a gun at Principal Stephen Gilbreth at Memorial Middle School. As a 6-year-old child, the Memorial Middle School shooting made no sense to me. How could a kid bring a gun into school? As an 18-year-old, it's all too familiar. Blame it on violent video games, blame it on the media, blame it on the way we were raised, but this is our reality, and we'll stand for it no more. My generation has grown up in an era of normalized fear. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a soldier. I look at my fellow students as a threat, and I did not sign up for this. I should not have to feel as though I'm risking my life to do my job, which is to simply go to school. I'm done having to face my fears to do my job, and you should be too. This poses the question, how is my government protecting my freedom? Instead of addressing the root causes of this issue, legislators offer band-aid solutions, solutions that can be repealed and altered at the whim of whoever is in power at the time. We ask for more regulations and less guns, and they offer their thoughts and prayers and guns in the hands of teachers. We, the students, aren't asking for much. We're asking to feel safe, to be protected. If someone's right to own a gun is interfering with someone's unalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, what do we protect? I say life. We deserve to be protected. We deserve to be heard. Do you know why? Because we are speaking up. This is the beginning of a conversation that will not stop until a change is made. Will be the one to make a change because we've seen too much. When will enough be enough? How many more people must die before a permanent change is made? Time is up.
Hi, I'm Amanda Dickerson. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I live here in Joplin. I'm a pediatrician and I'm a mom. I'm also, I have the privilege of being the Joplin work leader for Moms Demand Action. I often sit and watch my boys play, like most parents do. But most recently, I was contemplating what to say as I stood in front of you guys as I watched them play. As a mom and a doctor, I thought about what defines the teenage years. We can all spot a teenager when we see one. We all know that. But what makes those years so life-altering? The teenage years are marked not just by physical growth, but key intellectual, psychological, and social developments. All of this crammed into just a few years. The goal is to form a sense of identity and prepare for adulthood, to learn to make our way in the world and build a community with others. The thing is, prior to the teenage years, children tend to think of things in concrete binary terms. Good or bad, right or wrong, black or white. They cannot see beyond their present circumstance to consider the long-term implications of their decisions and actions. However, as the brain matures, teenagers start to see subtle shades of gray. They develop abstract thoughts. They see how their current situation may determine their future. They develop the capacity to solve complex problems, and they emerge from these years with a new perspective. I know something else about teenagers too. They're resourceful and they're driven. Much to the contrary. Sometimes their parents and teachers. But because of this, they can be an elemental force for good and a driver of change. So maybe this is what we've all been waiting for. A group of young adults who haven't had the opportunity to challenge the problem. They can put forth new solutions to complex problems like gun violence. Because I believe that with their help, as a unified team, we can end gun violence in our schools, our houses of worship, malls, movie theaters, and our homes. My two sons are here. They're little. And you know what they're learning? You know what they're learning? They're learning to stand up when something is wrong. Speak up and not to let people tell you you're too too young to understand. We, your parents, your teachers, and your doctor, we see you. It may take some of us more time to actually hear you, but we will, so keep going. We're honored to follow your lead, marching alongside all of you and our community members in the hope that we can create lasting change so our families can live without fear of gun violence. My boys are looking at you guys to know how to do this, how to be brave. So thank you for all of us here. Thank you for being brave and fighting for change so my boys and all children can live in a better world. Alright, at this time, is there anyone who would like to come up here and say a couple words about anything at all?
That's my dad.
I'm only going to take a second. Can you hear me? Yeah. My name is Joe Johnson. And the reason I'm holding this sign is because let me just say this, I'm very encouraged to see people from my generation here today. In many ways, we are the ones that have failed these kids.
Yes.
I had someone say that sign today, and I said I was sorry. But it encourages me to see my generation step in that field. Because we can't go back in the past, but we can damn sure fix the future. Make it happen. And I encourage you to support them in every step they take. Yeah!
like, I just graduated school. What I don't like, I get scared sometimes. Like, I don't like guns, no shooting. I want the kids to be safe. Stay away from them. Think of yourself.
Anyone else? Make your way down if you want to talk, because I don't know if you'll be in time.
Did it. The first time.
My name is Jeremy Hayes. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I'm a former law enforcement officer. And I'm a former NRA member. And I'm here today because it's not right what's happening today.
Proud of you!
And I say this as a representative of the mental health community. I'm a mental health professional as well. I'm a mental health professional as well. And it's well known in my community that 25 is the average age of brain maturation. So why are we allowing people with underdeveloped brains to purchase killing machines? We're told so often that common sense is not common anymore. And our gun laws prove that. Yes. Why can we not enact common sense gun laws? It's as simple as that.
I'm a student at MSSU, and I'm a sister of Alpha Sigma Alpha! Back in 2010, I was starting middle school, and I watched my parents get into a fight. At the time, we didn't know my dad had post-traumatic stress disorder from 20 years of military service. He put a gun to my mother's head, threatened to kill her, but she would later die of cancer. Gun laws are not meant to protect us. We need to change that. My dad, the person who is supposed to protect me, put a gun to my head when he blacked out. Should he have the right to own a gun? Does he have the right to have arms? No. Should the Second Amendment, is it worth more than my life? No. It shouldn't be a question of my life or their lives. It should be common sense. Woo!
Hello, my name is Archie Cole. I'm 16 years old. I'm a sophomore at West State High School. Many of you may just know me as Dirk's little brother, but whatever. It's so amazing that my brother was one of the main leaders in this organization. I'm so proud to be part of it. And I just want to say, in the walkout when my brother and I went to school, we were both really nervous. I was kind of getting scared. And the other day when we walked into in honor of all the victims who died in all the school shootings, Sandy Hook, Columbine, Parkland, I saw their picture of all the kids and teenagers who died, and what really scared me was that a lot of them looked like people I would know at school. Some of my friends, me and my brother as well, which really messed me up. And in the past, when I heard about these stories, they scared me, but they still felt like they were still somehow in a different universe. But it scares me that it happens to people who live and breathe on the same soil that I walk on. And I'm so glad to see so many people here, especially in this area. I'm so glad more progress is going to be made to make sure horrible things like these don't happen. And it's about time they realize if things can change in the Constitution like it has before with many of our amendments, I don't see why it can't change with the second one as well.
My little sister is still in high school. My little sister is still in high school. And we cannot afford it.
Reject. I remember being in elementary school, like first grade, kindergarten, and we had lockdown drills, and I didn't really know what they were for. I didn't understand why we had to have them. Like, I didn't think, I thought we're at school, no one's gonna hurt us. And then I was in 4th grade when Sandy Hook happened, and I remember just coming home and seeing it on the news. And I was just so confused because I felt like, why would someone want to do that? Why is someone able to do that? And now that there are just so many of these things happening and so many people are dying, I'm still thinking, like, I'm so confused. Why is this allowed to happen? Like, why is some constitution, like, that Second Amendment was written when you could shoot a gun, like, maybe once and then reload it, and that took a while. The guns have definitely changed since then. And so many people are dying because we care more about our guns than we care about our students. Yeah. Woo! Woo!
Hello. My name is Kate Wimberly. I am a junior at Joplin High School, and I am the oldest of 3. I have a brother that is in 6th grade, and I have another brother that is going to be starting kindergarten this fall. Just to realize that this is normal is ridiculous. It is the scariest thing anyone has to go through. Their safety comes first before mine. And we should not be put second to the Second Amendment. We should be first. Our safety. And last night I stayed up until 4 a.m. making signs because I was so driven and passionate for this. And I just want to thank everyone for coming. You guys are the voices that we need. Yep. Woo! And I also did a little research. Ever since 1999, there have been 212 school shootings reported. Yeah. And those are just being reported. There are so many others out there. And just think, us kids now are going to be future parents. And if nothing changes, just think how bad that's going to get 15 to 20 years from now. We need to do something. I am not old enough to legally vote yet, but when I do, I will make sure that people like that will get out of office. Yeah. I want to thank everyone again for coming. You guys are the brave ones. And I hope that more people stand up for this, because this is something that absolutely has to change with no doubt. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Lewis Morgan. I'm a teacher at and as a teacher, I definitely want to talk about this issue. Obviously, school shootings affect us as well as the students. I'm very impressed with my students and these students for coming up and standing up for what they believe in. Yeah. And, I'd like to talk particularly about the ridiculous notion to arm the teachers. A few teachers today, and we're in the job to love your kids, protect your kids, educate your kids. And when someone suggests that we should also be shooting back when a shooter tries to harm your kids, it's a notion that I don't understand. It's a notion that we didn't sign up for to get into gunfights in our high school. I hear people say, give the teachers guns, and I just think that is not my job.
You're underpaid.
I'm very impressed with these young people because they're going to tell our lawmakers that they're not doing their job. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, my name is S. Anderson. I am very proud today to be here. I was really worried in some ways, like many of us, that no one would show up. Yeah. But I'm immensely proud of these group of kids. Yeah. Because I remember Columbine. I was 13 when it happened. And I was the only one, it seemed, in the entire school who took it seriously. The very day after Columbine, 3 boys walked into their homeroom, dressed in trench coats, and pretended to shoot up the room. The homeroom teacher did nothing. The vice principal, the principal, did nothing. And later that week, a boy held a stick gun to my head and pretended to shoot me. I went home in tears. It took both my parents to angrily protest to the principal that I wasn't an over-emotional child, and I had a point. You all are the group of people I wish would have been there for me. Yeah. I spent the rest of middle school and high school sweating every day, working out scenarios about what I would do, and I spent a good portion of my time planning on dying. So much so I became suicidal. I don't need a gun. I don't want a gun, because I'm not responsible enough for my own safety to have a gun. Woo! But not everyone can make that choice for themselves. Not everyone can make the responsible decision that they are a danger to themselves and others if they have a gun. Please, speak to your neighbors, speak to your family, show your support for this cause. Ban bump stocks, ban ghost guns, ban assault rifles, and these gun shows. Yes, it is a Second Amendment right that we should arm ourselves, but we should arm ourselves responsibly, and we're not doing that. And why, in heaven's name, do these kids have to practice what they're going to do when they die? Why do they have to write wills at the age of 13 and 12 because they're not sure they're going to come home from school? Please, please, stand up and speak out.
All right. My name is Raymond Kane. I'm 21. My partner Annie and I moved here from Binghamton, New York very recently. I don't know if you guys got news of the Civic Center shootings back in 2009, but we were very young at the time. Schools went on lockdown. Naturally, it was scary. It's hard to talk about. It's good to see that we're all coming here before something like that happens, because after the Civic shooting, everyone was mad, naturally. We all came together, made a difference. At Binghamton High School, there are 3 police officers at all times in the building. There was never a threat again.
You can do it, keep going!
Go, Marley!
I'm glad we can stay unionized here.
Never again.
I'm glad we're all coming together before something happens. Because I think the primary opposition to basic gun control, stopping the murder of children on a national scale, is more important than an old man wanting to play military man.
Hell yeah!
Good job.
My niece is actually Mercedes Mayfield. I'm Adina Hadley, and I'm actually in the financial sector. Nobody cares. But, I thought that I had to give my niece a pep talk last night. I thought, well, what kind of a person am I if I don't stand up and say something myself? So when I was 15, Columbine happened, right? And I had this attitude, and it was given to me by my parents in their generation, which is, it's not going to happen here. It won't happen here. And then Sandy Hook happened, and I had a daughter, and she was 4. And I had the same attitude. It's not going to happen here. And then this happened, and I realized I have to change the way I think about it. It won't happen here. It's not going to happen. And we need to have people who are politicians that are not bought and paid for by special interest groups. Your guns don't represent me. They don't represent what I stand for or what I care about. I care about my children and my children's children, and they have a right to be a kid without having to worry about taking care of themselves and protecting themselves. That's what we're here for. Woo!
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Maria Bailey. I am from Zimbabwe, and I'm proud to be a naturalized American citizen with a right to vote. I am very familiar with a weapon called an AK-47, and I'm very familiar with high school drills for mortar attacks, bomb threats, and terrorist attacks. And the reason I'm familiar with this is I grew up in Zimbabwe when the country was going through a civil war. This country is not going through a civil war. This country should not have the same problem that Zimbabwe did, where we had to have drills in case we were attacked. Listen to the kids.
Hey there. Hi, I'm James Stark, 15. I go to Webster High School as a sophomore. I've been taking a government class, and one of the common things we talked about is gun control, gun common sense laws. A common complaint I've heard from some of the other students in the class is that even if they don't have a gun, they can still go in there with a knife and kill students. The thing is, if you're dumb enough to think that, they're not going to kill up to 20, 50, hundreds of students if they want to. They'll kill 1 or 2 if they're lucky with a knife. If you don't want to take the initiative to at least lower the amount of people dying, what's wrong with you?
Is there anyone that would like to speak at this time? Anyone else?
Battery is really close to dying.
Many of you know me, but I'm not important today. You are. So I'm here because I want to register you to vote. So if you're not registered, then you need to register. Because the chant, vote them out, only works if you vote. So at the red table, in Moms Demand Action, I have voter registration cards. And if you need to register to vote, because you've never registered, please come back there and see us. If you have moved or your name has changed, please also come see us because you need to update your voter registration. Keep your voter registrations current and vote in every election because that's how we make change. I'm proud of these kids for taking the lead today and standing up on an issue where my generation, the Columbine generation, has faced. I'm with the kids. Register to vote.
17 and a half or older, and they can register you to vote. And yeah, we just want to make sure that you're cautious when you're leaving. Make sure to use all of the crossing signs, signals, and just be super safe. And thank you so much for coming out today to March for Our Lives.
Yep. Battery is really close to dying, but it made it.
Kids. Yay. And we get about 24 minutes to each share.
Forgot about that. Yeah, the school was on lockdown. They're promoting the high school for like people to use their overnight.
I don't know, were you at West when that happened?
Yeah, they lost almost kept Ian there like until like 9, I think.
Was he at the high school?
Yeah.
He was right down the road?
Yeah, but I guess the point is they unionized after that. Now
Yeah, that's just evidence that like
Mom.
Alright, I'll be there. It's supposed to be 2, but then Jen comes to me. She scheduled 3 people to be in 2, so
you doing anything after this?
luck, I guess.
Not really.
We were gonna go to a park, let them just cool off after being around all these people. If you wanted to go with us, you could. I think that may be fun. Don't exactly know where, but I don't really know where. Which park? I figured I'd just ask her.
What I said? Okay.
Maybe.
Well, it's up to you. Sleepy bird, you had such a big day. He's got to go home to his wife and eggs. Oh, good boy.
Oh, they're having a big Christian heavy metal.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like that bus.
Yeah, it's all military.
I was thinking about speaking, but oh my god, I can't. I didn't do it. You're so much braver than me.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was excellent. You did great.
I think it's the first time I've ever done like public speaking.
I enjoyed public speaking when I worked myself up to it. Yeah, I used to have no fear of crowds. I used to sing a lot. Then look what happens.
Nice bird.
Thanks.